Today is my pleasure to be with Mr. Hayk. He is from Armenia. He is an alumnus who has studied at UNESCO-IHE, or IHE at that time, in 1999-2000. But during registration days I had the surprise to meet him again, because he has returned to the Institute to follow a Master of Science course. Please, Mr. Hayk, tell me about you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm really back to IHE again, because I need to finalize my Master of Science program in water supply engineering course. Before, when I left in 2000, when I left IHE, I was back to Armenia, and I started to work in several companies, like big companies, AWAC, Armenian Water Supply and Sewage Company. Several years we did the job by contract, under the supervision of French SOR company, and we did a lot of contracts and developed Armenian water supply and sewage networks. After that, I had the chance to work in a different company, like Agat 777, as a chief engineer, and was responsible for all water supply networks. So again, after that I got a different chance to work with Millennium Challenge. US government donated $40 million in rehabilitation of 17 pumping stations in Armenia, and I was involved in this project in Farmex Technologies group, and was responsible for several pumping stations, and we finalized this year in October. And after that I decided to come IHE back to take my Master of Science degree. It is a great chance again to get a second chance to be in Holland, especially at IHE, and to get a degree which is giving me hope and future chance to be developed in my knowledge, to take a chance to work in different companies and different projects. It's very nice to see my previous lecturers, colleagues, and that all the time they are welcoming me, giving me all chance, and I'm very proud to be here second time again.
And which specialization are you going to follow this time?
This time I'm going to follow my major, water supply engineering, which I took a bachelor degree in my country before 15 years ago. And of course we had a very hard time at that time, but now life has changed really, and we are trying to go forward and to change our life into a better one. For example, when 10 years ago I was in IHE in Holland was really very developed country comparing with my country. But during these 10 years my country left a boom, and this development, I don't want to say that we reached to European development, but we reached a lot. And so when I back IHE, I noticed not so much difference between 10 years ago and now. But in my country, during these 10 years, developing boom was vivid. But anyway, to get an experience, to get a chance to study at Holland, it's a great opportunity for me, and a great honor for me also, because Holland, especially IHE, is one of the best hydraulic engineering institute in Europe, and we have a lot to learn to make a good progress in future.
It is very nice to hear a person say, well, my country is developing in the good way. So that gives you a lot of enthusiasm to continue working for that development. Which are the challenges that Armenia is facing now connected with water issues?
The challenge that all networking system, very old, almost 40, 50 years old, because after the collapse of former Soviet states, there was not so much budget, government has not so much budget to invest. That's why a lot of countries, especially US and the European Asian Bank, started to invest a lot of money, especially in water supply system, irrigation, road constructions, and many other fields. And to be one of the to involved in this project, you have to have not only a background but also a lot of modern technological knowledge. That's why I choose European system, one of the interesting and developing way to transfer, to make a change experience, to transfer this knowledge to my country back and start again everything. But in these coming years we have more investments again from European, World Bank, Asian Bank, and we need a lot of qualified people, qualified specialist engineering with modern knowledge, modern technology to start to develop projects and to carry it out perfectly.
Perfect. And then what are the changes? Have you find changes in Delft at IHE? How was to come back after 10 years to relive all those old moments?
It's a very nice question. As I said, I noticed not so much difference between 2000 and now. Delft again, the smiling and shining Delft with interesting view, and it is very nice to me to see the town, also the institute that I have been here 10 years ago. Say it honestly, this development I noticed not so much, but the progress is very vivid for me. I can see this progress and how the developing is going in European system. It's not like a boom, but step by step, within a planning way, within a normal developing course, like going we are working according to the need of today's life and for future expectation also. We have been a lot of places again. Yesterday we have been in a company.
You were in a field trip, I think.
In a field trip, yes. And in field trip, during the interview, I noticed something that in coming 100 years, the water level in Holland will be raised approximately 80 centimeters. This is a big challenge to Netherlands government to think about future, because 80 centimeters, even though now at this moment the level altitude is almost several centimeters lower than the sea level. But what about 100 years later when it will rise? So I think Holland has a lot of things to do to prospect this challenge.
Thank you very much for your words, and really my best wishes for this new story that you are going to write during these 18 months in Delft and at UNESCO-IHE again. My best wishes, and thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you very much, you also, and I hope we'll do our best.